Hello guys, welcome here to the Talladega Super Speedway. This is knockout qualifying for the Jello Cup Series race here on Sunday. I'm Brian here in the booth with you. And you see the first car out on track is Samet Ozkan in the number 84, one of the one race contract drivers. Of course, for those who are new to the series, we tend to do this with our one-off drivers so that way, you know, they get a little bit of exposure. And of course, because there's 18 guys qualifying for 7 spots in tomorrow's race, so we do this every time the part-timers enter the race, and that is why we're here today. Yes, Samet Ozkan, of course, was the first one on track. Parker Jones Jr., his teammate Mohammed Zain Abdullah. Keep in mind, for those who are new to the series, this is only a 10-minute session. You have 10 minutes to get into the field. If you are not in the top 7, at the conclusion of this 10 minutes, you go home. Unless, of course, it is Michael Collins, which I'm going to get into. Michael Collins, of course, a former Jello Cup Series champ. He will have the provisional if need be. So he is guaranteed a spot in the field for this race. And speaking of Michael Collins, there he is trying to get up to speed. You see Samet there, and it's going to be about who can get paired up first, who can form a draft first. And I think we got the answer. Excuse me. Maybe we don't. Look at this, the two Subarus and a Chevy in the mix. That's Brian James in the 05. Then you got Parker Smith in the 91. And how's about Dan Hummel in that 25? And we got a few guys grouped up on track. There's 62, Michael Brown. Take a look at this group. It is a 3-car group led by Parker Smith, one of our part-time entries, leading the Subarus here. And they'll go to the top of the boards. So only one car has not gone out, and that is the number 50 of Aubrey Scott. He has not turned a time yet, but here he comes now in the Bitnile Chevy for the money team. '67 went to the top of the boards. Logan Williams. Now Brian James back to the top. Again, the top 7 advance, but if the 11 does not, he will replace whoever is in the 7th spot. So that's going to be a real battle that we got to watch here. You want to be essentially in that top 6 if you want any chance of advancing to the main event tomorrow, the Geico 500. Of course, that'll take place tomorrow afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. We hope you will tune in for that. Let's check in on the 11. He is in a draft right now with the 84 and the 50. Of course, Samet driving that second Legacy Motor Club ride. or that third entry rather. See, there are all those guys getting jumped. Dan Hummel to the top of the boards. Eighth fastest for the 11. Really no ground made up for any of those guys. 8, 9, 10. Skylar Martinez by himself. He's not going to do it on his own. Dan Hummel, of course, currently the fastest at 49.233. Project 91 entry of Parker Smith, currently the second fastest. Reggie Fogelman has climbed into the top 7. But again, you want to be in that 6th spot, because right now, the way Michael Collins looks, that 6th spot is the bubble. Which means the 67 of Logan Williams would be going to the house. Brian James stays in the 5th spot, but of course he did pick up his time. Parker Smith, Dan Hummel still leading this session. The 15 Mark DeSoto currently in 3rd. He's got Eli Wolf in front of him. And Reggie Fogelman behind him. Reggie missed the race at Long Beach, looking to make up for it here. There's the guy who needs to get into this top 7 if he wants any shot. I'm sorry, he needs to get above 7th if he wants any shot at this. Logan Williams. See the 2 bailing. I don't think I'd feel too confident about that. The 05 just went to 2nd fast, and I think he's going to lock in. So I think it's safe to say Brian James and Dan Hummel will race on Sunday. But again, Logan Williams, he's going to need some help. Michael Collins trying everything he can to get up there. 49.337. He races in. So Reggie Fogelman now to the bubble. And as far as Samet Ozkan and that 50 car concerned, the 50 has raced in so far, Aubrey Scott. So it looks like he will make his first start of the season, but he does have to hang on. There's still plenty of time for people to climb in. And then Samet Ozkan turned his fastest time, but unfortunately couldn't get into this top 7. And he is going to need something here. He's got really like one last push, maybe 2. I'll say I am shocked as many guys got grouped up as they have, because normally they don't do that very quick here. These guys have caught the 62. They'll get one more go at it. Keep in mind the 25 ends the session for everybody. So now we'll see, can Michael Brown race his way in with the Beard Motorsports entry. And Michael Brown, I gotta point out, had a remarkable Daytona 500. Of course, scored a lot of points in the duels. In addition, he scored a top 10 finish, maybe even a top 5 at the Daytona 500. So he is a guy, I think that, you know, if he gets in, you've got to watch him going into race day. I just don't think he's going to get in this time. He was in the top 33, by the way, all the way through 4 races, and just fell out after race 5 barely. So that shows you how valuable these double points are. With that, that ends the session. Dan Hummel, Brian James, Parker Smith, Samet Ozkan, Michael Collins, Aubrey Scott, and Mark DeSoto all race in. Reggie Fogelman, Parker Jones Jr., Nick Hershey, and others, unfortunately, going home here today at Talladega. That is unfortunate for them, but we want to thank you for watching this knockout qualifying session. We will see you back here tomorrow for Jello Cup Series race number 9 at Talladega. Until then, goodbye everyone.